Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Her Story online podcast. This is Getrude Matshe here in beautiful Melbourne, Australia. And today I am graced with the presence of yet another fascinating young woman. Welcome, welcome, welcome to our tribe. Please tell everybody your full name, where you're based, how old you are, and share your story with us today.
Hi, everybody. My name is Meliza Abreu. In the artistic world, they know me as MELRUB. You could find me like that in social media, all type of platforms. I would like to share my story today by saying, since I'm 5, I started to paint on my mom's walls. And that's when the art interest started to unravel in my book. My book opened, and since then, my mom started to put me in art classes. Slowly but surely, later in, I would say, my teenagers years, I told my father that I had interest in studying art, and he told me that art doesn't give you the income as parents would like us kids to have. So based on that, I was limited to choose from the University Pontificia Universidad Católica Madre Maestra, which is PUCMM in Dominican Republic, to study architecture and design. And I am not very friendly with math, so I started to draw on the side. And once I did not end the career, I came to the United States, and that's when my book completely opened. I started to draw once coming to Florida and to connect to the world of amazing artists and designers. And that's when my journey actually took place in the world. So since then, I started to work in medias related with wood, acrylics, body painting, murals, and you can find it in all South Florida, expanding to New York City, Dominican Republic. And since then, I wanted to help the community, and I opened a company called Arcal Expo. And that's exactly when I started to do expos, with the latest one and the biggest accomplishment that I've had is to work with 27 women all around South Florida that have Latin in heritage, working with art. And that's our passion, and that's our mojo. So we all worked together, and it was a collaborative event that took place in the butcher shop in West Palm Beach. It was amazing, amazing. And it showed me that one person with a story shares it with another and connects in sisterhood. And I am blessed and grateful to be part of this segment and to be part of the invitation today and being able to speak and share my story with you guys.
Wow. So you held on to your passion to be an artist despite the advice from your dad trying to go into architecture, which was totally going against the grain of who you are. So
I did.
The move to the United States seems to have been that turning point for you, correct?
Yes. My excuse at the moment was the family, because we chose to take on the train on the family journey. And me and my husband, which are artists, we chose to embrace the family journey, but not knowing that we wanted to raise him the right way of learning how to love what he does and do what he loves. So based on that mojo in life, he won't do anything that we don't teach him. So we need to live to teach him what we want him to learn. So that's why I do what I do. He's my mojo.
So you're really living by example and showing is it a boy, your son?
A boy, yes. His name is Christopher,
Yes.
12 years old.
Oh my gosh. He is so lucky to have you as a role model. Now, if you were to have a conversation with the younger you, that young woman who really knew what she wanted, was in the wrong environment, and some young people don't get to move and go to the US. They're still stuck where they are. If you could give three nuggets of wisdom, three pieces of advice, what would you say to that young artist who knows in their heart that this is what they're born to do? What would your advice be?
Oh my God. First of all, do not let go of your passion. You have to be persistent, humble, and you have to have the strength to go after your dreams. But I would say mostly persistence than anything, because that's what allows you day by day to be able to stand up when you fall down, because there is many obstacles in the way. So you just have to have the strength and the passion to be able to continue that journey. So based on that, you would be able to continue. It's like your vehicle. So you would have to remind yourself every day why you do what you do, what you do it for, and how much do you want that. So based on that, it will fall into place. The day that you'll be sad and have no energy, you're going to remind yourself why you do it and what you do it for. And that's the most that I could give anybody the example, because that's why I boost my body to do it every day. There's been many obstacles in the way, so many. How many haven't you had? And you still go on, and look how far you've gone. Your story is amazing. I told you once I met you earlier. I feel honored to be part of your journey today.
Oh, thank you. Well, it's an honor for me to be part of your journey as well, because, even as you're speaking, it's like you're speaking to my heart right now, because sometimes we get tired, right? As artists, as creators, and you're like, why am I doing this? Is this going to get me anywhere? But one of the things that you said that really resonates with me is that it's your passion that becomes the vehicle that you ride on those times when you're feeling tired and despondent and thinking this isn't going to work. You have to do what you have a passion around. That's where your life purpose lies, correct?
It is. There's an
And
artist, oh, sorry.
Mhm. No,
That
continue.
there's somebody that I know that he calls himself do what you love.
Yes.
So it's actually one of the most truthful mojos that I would say in life. If you don't do what you love, you're going to have an easy way to quit, because there's not an attachment. There's nothing that connects you to it. You
Yeah.
have to have that connection of that need to continue to do that.
I love it. I love it. And being an artist, it's not something you're taught. You're just born knowing how to do it, right? So it's in
Yes,
you already. It's intuitive.
it
And
really is.
and if you can build a passion around that intuitive gift, no matter what it is you're going to do in life, you will succeed. I
I
think
believe.
that's the biggest take home that I'm getting from you today. So what do your parents think about your life now? Looking back at the younger years when they were trying to advise you and guide you and what you've done with your life. What do they have to say?
It's funny that my mom is a portrait artist, and she let go of her dream when she was raising us, um,
Yes.
even before it. And she is the main reason of why I do what I do and why I don't let go of my dreams, because I saw her. I would literally say I'm not even halfway talented that woman is. My mother is everything. When we say everything, I say I'm blessed to have the best mother in the world, because she is about perfection. So I am about how I feel. And I let the paintbrush take its course with how my flow is feeling. So I would say I would let my energy feel and kind of like trace the painting how it goes.
Yes. It guides
So
you.
it's basically like how I connect with my paintings. I don't know what I'm going to start painting. I start painting how I feel, and the outcome is the story of the journey of what I'm connecting when I start until I finish. So those
Oh,
are
wow.
my original creations. My original creations from my exhibits, those are very personal stories, all of them. And it retaliates a lot and connects a lot with what has to do with my younger self and how I would look myself and how my parents would look at myself. Younger me, I would be rebellion sometimes, and I want to do this, and not knowing exactly why I wanted to do it or
Yes.
why I was so persistent in doing that. And every day that they would say, not exactly, don't do this because it's not going to give you this money. And my mom was always saying, you could continue doing it, but do what your father wants you to do too, so you could also succeed in life. He knows better. At the end
Oh,
of the day, we become adults, we become parents, and that's when you choose what to do in life. What's going to make you super successful, or to be happy and be successful with what makes you happy or
yes.
with what you love. So I am persistent, chasing after my dream. And when the day will come that I would get everything repaid, but I am happy. So happiness is not going to buy my lawyer degree or any degree, which I admire everybody that does it, but with their passion, with
Yeah.
love, not only with what they get paid.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, your passion drives everything. It really does. So now, if I could take you into the future, and if we were to go and have a conversation with the older you, the wise woman who's now 100 years old and she's sitting in her rocking chair surrounded by her grandchildren and great grandchildren, and if you could have a conversation with that woman based on how you're living your life now, what would you say to her?
As I cried, hearing in my car your journey and your YouTube channel, you're too deep when you ask these questions. Meeting an 100-year-old me, I already know that I'm having my white hair, having my glass of wine. Let's start by there. And knowing that I will be smiling, telling my grandkids story and telling myself, let's say it's myself having the conversation,
Yeah.
that I accomplished everything in life, that I am a happy old lady, knowing that my paintings are hanging in my wall and somebody else's wall, and they're admiring them, and I made them to make them happy, and I made it for a space that it's not only filled with color, it's also filled of vibrant feelings, and it brings joy and love to a place that was once empty or negative space, that brings positive vibes. So I actually think that by my 100 years old, I would be a happy grandmother of many grandkids, trying to have them all to start painting or doing music.
I love it. I love your energy. And I can see that 100-year-old you because you're living your life to the fullest with no regrets. They say that the saddest places or the richest place in the world is our graveyards because they're full of people who had brilliant ideas, a lot of gifts that they never brought forth to the world, and they took them to their graves. And you sound like that woman who's going to leave this world having used every single gift that you were given. It's really quite exciting to watch. Now, how can people get hold of you? Can you put your Instagram handle in the private chat there, then I can share it with the video?
Yes, of course. Yes.
It's really
I
important for people to be able to get hold of you. And do you do commissioned work in Florida?
I do. I do commission work all over United States and the Caribbean. We have we're able to send everything to the Caribbean. Right now I'm limiting myself to the Caribbean because that's how we made it accessible for people to be able to get it with the price of shipping not going too high right
Yes.
now. So right now I'm in between the Caribbean and United States, all over United States. So I also like online, if we could find a way to communicate to their country, I could also get it. But based on commissions I have in my Instagram, my website, everything is reachable directly to my email. So I have everything linked. So anywhere that they write, I try to reach an answer as soon as I can.
Fantastic. So let me share your Instagram handle here so that people can find you on Instagram. I'm just looking at the amazing pictures on Instagram as well. So there
Thank
is
you.
Mel's Instagram. If anybody is interested in finding out about this amazing artist, please go online and find her. This is so inspiring, Mel. Very, very
Thank
inspiring.
you.
Wow. And the body art, tell me a little bit about how you started doing that.
Let's start by having one of my, I say, curiosity kill the cat. So, one of my clients, she wanted me to paint for a photo shoot one of the paintings that I had in a wall, and she wanted me to do it in her back. So that was the first time I did a body painting, and I did it in her back. And from there, we did a little TikTok that actually got around a bit. I would not say viral, but it got around like closely to 16,000 viewers.
Right.
So once we got with the body painting, I started to get other people. Photographers reached out to me that they wanted to work with me because they liked my style. They always told me that I was free with the paintbrush and that they didn't see rigid lines, or they didn't
Yes.
see, like, they see the movement in the colors. And basically I started to create. So in the last 2 years, I started to connect with fashion designers that like to incorporate their pieces with my paintings. So it has reached me to the farthest point that I've been right now, that I was in Fort Lauderdale Fashion Week, and I was recognized as Artist Appreciation Artist Day. They selected me out of everybody that they had, and it made me really honored. And I came out in their magazine, a full page, and that right now is my joy. And that's one of the pieces that we had in there. Also, that one also is one of the pieces that I had in my Argyle Expo show. That's my baby business of the expos of art that I do, to be able to help the community of art and get artists that are not able to get to a big platform due to income or due to sometimes limits that they have, to be able to get reach to certain people. So
Right.
I try to get it out there, all out there.
Wow. This is absolutely fantastic, Mel. It's so wonderful for me to be able to share your work and show everybody what you're up to. Thank you so much for doing this interview. It's truly, truly inspiring.
Thank you.
And thank you to everybody who's tuned in today. I get to meet some of the most phenomenal women on the planet. Come back again tomorrow when I interview yet another amazing guest. In the meantime, have a fantastic day, morning, or evening, wherever you are in the world. And Mel, thanks again for this interview.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Bye for now, everybody. Bye.
Bye.